Tonga, formerly known as the Friendly Islands and officially named the Kingdom of Tonga, is a Polynesian sovereign state. Its king, Aho'eitu Tupu VI, became king on the 18th of March 2012 after the death of his brother, King George Tupu V, who ruled for over 4 decades. The Kingdom of Tonga is located in the South Pacific Ocean, southeast of Fiji, south of Samoa, and north of New Zealand. The kingdom comprises of 176 islands, 36 of which are inhabited. These islands are divided into 3 major groups: Vava'u, Ha'apao, and Tongatapu. The capital city of Tonga is Nuku'alofa, which is located on the nation's main island of Tongatapu. Tonga was never fully colonised. However, it became completely independent from Britain's protectorate in 1970. Tonga was even visited 3 times by the British explorer Captain James Cook during his travels. Endowed with tropical beaches, rainforests, and active volcanoes, Tonga has a developing tourist industry. It has no strategic or mineral resources, and unemployment is particularly high, so families rely on money sent home by Tongans living and working abroad in countries such as New Zealand, Australia, and the United States. The 2 main languages spoken in Tonga are Tongan and English. Its major religion is Christianity. Some famous Tongans include WWF's The Barbarian, professional rugby league player and boxer John Hopewate, and NRL's Fuifui Moimoi. Although some aspects of Tonga's traditional culture have changed due to the interactions with the English-speaking West, Tongans continually find ways to uphold the Tongan way of life. Many Tongans place high value on their families, paying respect to those of seniority, and maintaining oral traditions and storytelling. This is Tonga.
The official language of Tonga is Tongan and English. The Tongan alphabet has 16 letters, and both languages are taught in school. Tradition. At a Tongan funeral, Tongan people wear black and wear a fine mat around their waist to show their respect to he who has passed. Traditional dancing. The traditional dancing comes with a lot of vibrance, energy, skill, and they bring from the past to the present all that they were taught by word of mouth from their family. Who can forget the taualunga? Every young lady wishes to dance with beauty and grace in this special occasion, which is the crowning point in any celebration in Tongan culture. The traditional men again also pass on to their younger generation all that has been taught to them by their family, their ancestors. It involved weaponry and again fine clothing. The Tongans also have a haka, similar to a haka. They have men that have represented the NRL and also the Olympics with strong ties to their culture and traditions. The traditional women, they also bring all the colour, the grace, the beauty, the fine clothing to their younger children and to their siblings to pass on this very important tradition. The traditional weddings also have them dress in their finest clothing, and all is celebrated with traditional food. te ota, the otai, and many other Tongan foods. And who could have a celebration without a umu with puaka? Thank you very much for your time.
Tongan food is made up of foods from the land and the sea. Tongan people are hunters and gatherers of land and the sea. A lot of land Tongan food are made up of a different root crop, which is a substitute for your common potatoes. All root crops in the Tongan cultures are cooked by boiling water or traditional underground oven cooking, called umi, and is usually sauced with coconut cream. Tongans love feast and plays a major role in Tongan lifestyle. Up to 30 different dishes may be served on a pola, a long tray of plated coconut fonds, and will typically include pig, crayfish, chicken, octopus, and a variety of fruits. Also including yams, taro, cassava, and sweet potatoes. Tongans are proud Polynesians with a unique culture different from other South Pacific nations. Tonga's total residential population is around 106,000. Tongan Americans are Americans who can trace their ancestry to Tonga, officially known as the Kingdom of Tonga. Tonga is the only kingdom in the Pacific since Tawhai Ahau, King George in 1815, who declared Tonga a constitutional monarchy. He also gave Tonga its first constitution. Women play a big role in the Tongan culture. So what is a fahu in Tongan? A fahu is the father's oldest sister who is accorded the highest levels of respect at all formal events. She also acts as a family matriarch. The two biggest occasions for Tongan families are weddings and funerals, where traditional tapa cloths and woven mats are gifted. Tapa is made from the bark of the mulberry tree and is of great cultural significance in the Kingdom of Tonga. One of the most distinctive features of Tongan cultures are whakaleti, meaning in manner of the lady. Traditionally, if a Tongan woman had too many sons and not enough daughters, she would need one of the sons to assist with woman work, such as cleaning and cooking. These days, becoming a whakaleti is a lifestyle choice.
Religion in the Kingdom of Tonga plays a major role as it influences the Tongan society, the politics of the country, and the culture that the people pride themselves with. At first, and prior to the late 1700s and 1800s, the country had no Christian beliefs. However, this all changed upon the arrival of the early missionaries, being the London Missionary Society, and followed by Free Wesleyan missionaries. The Wesleyan missionaries influenced greatly on the people of Tonga, even the monarchs, allowing them to adapt Christianity. Not only that, it affected all their aspects of life, including the old socio-political structure and king groups. Many original traditions that challenged the moral code of practices of Christianity were adapted to accommodate the religion, such as the art of tattooing and indigenous worldviews. The country has its system of life and work structured around the Christian worship calendar. Sunday is reserved for a day of worship and rest. Most stores close and only essential work is permitted. In fact, any kind of trade or other work, with the exception of essential services, carried out on Sunday is subjected to a fine or imprisonment. This rule is even enshrined in the constitution of the country. People are not even allowed to participate in outdoor activities. It is often expected that everyone will attend church, which is typically followed by a umu, earth oven, feast. Churches can be seen throughout the country, even in the most remote places, as they are a significant part of social and cultural life of the people. Church bells could be heard echoing daily for announcing the services are about to begin. With the modern day lifestyle, it is visible to see that the older generations participate in church services, activities, more than the younger generations. The younger generations respect their customs and traditions. However, they find it difficult to hold on to them and maintain Anga Whakatonga, the Tongan way, alongside the influence of Anga Whakapalangi, the Western way. With that, the church still welcomes them anytime they attend. Although Christians comprise the vast majority of the Tongan population, small communities of Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, Baha'is, and believers of other faiths also live in the country. The constitution of the country provides for the freedom of religion and ensures that the right of the people is protected. With this constitution adapted by the country, it allows the minimization of societal abuses and discrimination, making Tongan people tolerant toward the religion of others.
Oh, hey, malola lei, fefe hake. How is everybody today? Today I'll be covering interesting facts about Tonga. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Tonga is one of the few places in the world where you can still swim with the whales. As most of the whales are mothers and calves, that is. The species are from southern humpback whales, which they take shelter in the tropical reef-protected waters of Tonga to give birth to the young. The arrival of the whales are from July to October, which completes a remarkable cycle, as new calves return to where they were conceived 11 months earlier. Tonga's government declared a public holiday on Friday, November the 15th, 2019, to mark the deeds of the historic Rugby League wins over Australia and Great Britain. The Cabinet has approved the 15th of November to be declared as a special public holiday for the entire country. This is to celebrate the achievement, outstanding performance and the talents gifted to the Tongan players by the government of Tonga. The statement said the Tongan team defeated Australia 16-12 on Saturday, November the 2nd. This was a huge victory. The last time Australia had been beaten by a nation other than New Zealand and Great Britain or England was 41 years ago when France beat them in 1978.
Yeah, this one's not really an interesting fact or anything. It's just a tip for when you do go visit Tonga, is never leave these bad boys outside. So whatever you do, hide your flip-flops, your sandals, your jandals, or whatever you want to call them, because they will go missing in under 60 seconds if you leave them out and about. Just a tip.
If the Guinness Book of Records is anything to go by, the tiny South Pacific Kingdom of Tonga has two claims to fame. First, the turtle, given to the royal family by Captain Cook, that lived for nearly 2 centuries. And a second, the world's heaviest monarch, King Taufa Ahau Tupou IV, weighing in at over 209 kilos, went into the Guinness World Records in 1976 as one of the heaviest monarchs to ever live.
Mahalo Apito. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed watching it. That's just a few of the interesting facts I could find. There's plenty more out there, but that's all the ones I could cover with you at the moment. So, once again, thank you very much. Mahalo Apito.
Mahalo. Like other Polynesians and Melanesian cultures, sports is an integral way of life for Tongans, with rugby union being recognised as their national sport. The most famous Tongan sports person would have to be Jonah Lomu, who at the World Cup in South Africa in 1995 took the world stage of life while playing for the New Zealand All Blacks. Rugby is not the only sport played in Tonga. They also play soccer, judo, cricket, sumo wrestling, and they have attended every Summer Olympics since 1984 and 2 Winter Olympics in 2014 and 2018. Who could forget the Tongan flag bearer from 2016, Willie says he can't go out in public now without his shirt on due to the confusion caused by mistaking him. And Lavi, well, she just cries in her room, mumbling, "Why? Why did you have to be my cousin?" In 1996, Tonga won its first Olympic medal in boxing, where upon returning to Tonga, he received a special gift, which you can see was probably more treasured than his medal. The development of professional sports, young Tongan athletes now look at sports as a way of providing income to not just themselves but also their families back in the islands. This, combined with the realisation they can earn far more money whilst playing for other countries, we now see globally Tongans representing the likes of the Wallabies, the All Blacks, England, Japan and France. But it is not only rugby that they are making it big time. They're also doing it in the fields of gridiron and NBA basketball. Through the achievements of their athletes, Tonga is certainly getting recognised on the world stage. Thank you, goodbye, and God be with you.
The history of Tonga has been recorded since the century after 900 BC. Legend has it that around 900 AD, Tu'i Tonga became the first king of the islands of Tonga. By the 12th century, Tongans and the Tongan kings named Tu'i Tonga were known across the Pacific from Fiji, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Cook Islands and Niue, in which they ruled Samoa for over 400 years, which some refer to as the Tongan Empire. In the 13th or 14th century, under the lead of the Malietoa family, Samoa defeated Tonga, who were led by the 15th monarch of the Tu'i Tonga line. Many assassinations on the Tu'i Tonga line resulted in the Tu'i Hatakalawa line being established. In 1610, the 6th Tu'i Hatakalawa created the position of Tu'i Kanakapolu for his half-Samoan son, Ngata, which divided regional rule between them. Although as time passed, Tu'i Kanakapolu's power became more and more dominant over Tonga. In 1799, the 14th Tu'i Kanakapolu was murdered, sending Tonga into a 50-year civil war. During the civil war, the last monarch of the Tu'i Tonga family was defeated in 1826 in the Battle of Velaka by King George I. In 1845, the islands were united into a Polynesian kingdom by a young warrior, strategist and orator, who held the title of Tu'i Kanakapolu, but was baptized with the name King George Tupou I. In 1875, King Tupou I declared Tonga a constitutional monarchy. Tonga became a British protected state in May 1900. On the 4th of June 1970, the protected status ended following prior arrangements to the death of the third monarch, Queen Salote.